Hey everyone, thank you so much for logging in this week. And I'm sorry I've not done it in live time, but I am really chuffed to pre-record something. I've got all of you in mind, my gorgeous yogis that join me so often. And I'm genuinely just so grateful that you are logging in and hopefully enjoy this class. At the moment of recording, we're on the hottest day of the year. So I'm thinking a little bit about how, last session we kind of leaned into summer solstice, and it definitely feels that beautiful warmth. We've all got those rosy cheeks, that beautiful vitamin D coming through. And so, yeah, I'm just feeling that gratitude. I think living in the UK in particular, I've noticed so much conversation over the years about the weather and complaining. And I'm really trying to lean into it, into the great part of it, rather than just the fact that like we're absolutely sweltering everywhere. And my car said something like 38 degrees as I got into it today. But actually, like it feels good on the skin, doesn't it? My body feels soft. I feel like it feels nice on my muscles. Maybe not my sleep. I'm not sleeping the best, but I'm sure that will come. So it is what it is. But if you're with me, wherever you're practicing, you're in a heat wave, just coming out of it. Today we're going to move at a pace that kind of leans into the warmth of the summer. And that's kind of where we're going to begin. We're going to start in child's pose today instead of on our backs in Shavasana. And I would love for you to recognize whether you want to start in child's pose with the knees hip distance. You want to take it wider, somewhere in the middle. You want to use support. I know some of you might have pillows or blankets or bolsters at home. If you do, you can maybe put that under the knees, or I don't know, find a way to make yourself feel extra supported with that bolster. Maybe you bring it between the knees or behind, whatever feels good. There's so many great ways to take that lovely position. So I'm going to lean into, just taking us through a lovely deep stretch to limber up those muscles and help us feel really great as we move further into this beautiful summer season. Oh, let's do it. Make sure you've got a drink today. You'll notice I've got two. I've got a cold one and a hot one. And maybe you can pause it and go grab yourself the same. But yeah, let's do this. Mhm. So at the moment, taking your child's pose, finding that beautiful position. Oh, let's see how it feels. Whether you want to have those knees wide, like I said, see how the body feels as you slowly just fold down. And you kind of find your way onto the mat, feel where the hands feel comfortable, noticing if the body feels stiff, the body feels tired. Some of us practice this quite regularly. Some of us on Sunday together, some of us on a Monday evening, some of us practice on a Saturday, sometimes it's the morning and sometimes it's evening, sometimes it's catching up midday. Whenever it is that you're practicing, I just want you to recognize at this point in the day, kind of where is the body? How do you feel? How are you feeling in maybe this change of season, the change of weather? Sometimes the summer brings a sense of relaxation, socializing. Sometimes it creates a bit of busyness. Just think maybe today about part of your week, part of this season, a part of this beautiful summer that's brought you a little bit of joy. Sunflowers bursting through. I've got a few in my kitchen. I'm thinking of the lovely feeling of cool water on the body, people in their back gardens chatting, the smell of barbecue, the sweet sound of the ice cream vans, the lovely clinking sound that you hear of ice in a glass. Just lean into the small things, the sweet taste of watermelon, whatever it is for you that feels like summer at the moment, the green in the garden, watering of those plants. time outside. I invite you just to sink a little deeper in today's practice, just feeling a little lost in all of these great things around us. Just holding on to that, a little gratitude as we surrender. We feel the connection with the hands on the floor, the carpet, the yoga mat, the earth beneath us, supporting us, catching us, holding us. And if you have any intention that you'd like to set within the practice today, any little wish, anything you want to invite into your life a little more, let go of, I invite you just to lean into that now. Deep breath in and slowly breathing out. Beautiful. Breathing in a little slower and breathing out. Let's bring the forehead onto the mat. We'll take that lovely little rock side to side. So if you have the head to one side, just see if you can get the forehead there. Or if the hands are on the fist, just take the head side to side. Getting a little bit into the neck and the shoulders. Deep breath in. And slowly deep breath out. Amazing. Coming back to center. Inhale, pushing into the hands, lifting the body up. You got it. We're going to peel the body up. Untuck those toes. Bring the knees into hip distance. Awesome. Breath in. And as we exhale, sinking down. Slowly drawing that head. Just making the knees hip distance. Inhale, we're going to take our lovely little rock forward just over the wrists and back. Breathing in forward. Leaning with the pelvis and back. This time, leaning maybe a little more forward. Let the pelvis drop. Chest draws through. Sometimes you need to draw the hands a little more forward for that to feel comfortable. Take the adjustment you need and back. Or just keep it really shallow. Good. Feel what you need to feel. Stopping where you need to stop for 5, 4. Beautiful, my friends. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lean forward with the pelvis this time. And I'll invite you just to come down onto the floor. Good. Bring your cheek to the side, arms out. Inhale, we're going to bend both knees back, just checking in how those legs feel. Just to roll those ankles here. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Maybe see how it feels to reach the hands forward alongside the ears. Roll the other direction with the feet. Inhale. And slowly exhaling out. Beautiful. Extending both legs out. Turning the head so that the forehead's on the mat and reaching long. You should tuck under in the pelvis. Just feel like someone's rubbing your hands and pulling them one direction, toes the other direction, just getting into that little bit of length here. Inhale. Deep breath in and slowly exhale. Beautiful. Bringing the hands back alongside the ribs. Breath out. Inhale, slowly peeling the body up and coming into your tabletop position. Awesome. From here, we're going to enjoy a little cat pose. Just tuck under in that pelvis. Beautiful. Feel that arch. Feel the work across the shoulder blades. Take your left to right movement. Just wiggling in the hips. Good. See how that feels today. 3, 2, and 1. And coming back to center. Good puppy dog pose. Keeping the hips lifted, arms come out, sinking back. Rotate the biceps away, shoulders down, and then let everything soften. So you don't necessarily want to have that chest really dipping. You can. That feels quite nice. Chin in. You can also lift a little bit up. So we draw in from your core. It's less about how far that chest dips and finding that lovely angle from the hands all the way down the arms. And then let that tailbone lift up, getting a little bit into the hips. Beautiful puppy dog pose, team. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Coming all the way back. Bringing the hands in line with those shoulders. Awesome work. Inhale. We're going to tuck those back toes. We're going to arch the back into cat pose and push into the hands. Good. What I want us to do is just lift in the knees here so you can feel that arch. Feel the hands pushing into the mat, just working a little bit, drawing in from your core, feeling strong here. So we're not quite lifting out of downward dog, just lifting up, working that upper body, working in the arch. Beautiful. Knees coming back down. Slowly let that belly dip, lifting into your cow pose. Beautiful. Drop the shoulders down. Slowly look in front of you. Chin comes down a little bit. Inhale. Amazing. And let that belly dip. Let the tailbone arch and exhale. Out. Beautiful. Inhale. We're going to tuck under in the palms. Find your cat pose. Good option to stay here or lift up in those knees, feeling strong. So as we take that arch, think about your core pushing into those hands. You can do it from a fist as well if the wrist feels sore. 3. Nice. 1, 2, and 1. Slowly coming down on the knees. Belly dips. Find your cow pose. Beautiful. How's that today? 3, 2, and 1, and slowly sinking back down, this time into a lovely soft child's pose. Awesome start, team. Rocking the head left to right. A little bit of work into the neck for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, reach the hands forward. Inhale, coming all the way back to tabletop. Inhale, extend that right leg. We're going to bend the knee, draw the knee in towards the nose. 1. Inhale, extend. Draw it in. 2. Inhale, extend. Draw it in. Take a step forward. Good. Let's just see how we feel here. We're going to walk the hands up and lift up. Maybe the hands come onto the hips. What I want us to do here is get into that lovely psoas muscle, getting into the hip. So we want to face forward, drop the shoulders down, and really tuck under in the pelvis here. So we shouldn't need too much work here. The back toes on the left-hand side can either be tucked or untucked, depending on how you feel. If you feel the pressure on that left knee, don't be afraid just to roll the mat, get a little blanket or something that can support you on the knee. From here, we're gonna just tuck under, squeeze. You might start to feel it. It's about feeling it on that left-hand side. Turn and face forward. Option to keep the hands on the hips or reach the arms up. Instead of taking that really deep lunge where we relax in that pelvis, tuck under, and sink a little bit forward. See how that feels. Good. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper, keeping that tucking under, really working into that. So that's when you can feel that real deep work here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper if you've got that little range. Now coming all the way back up. Beautiful. Hands coming down. Bring the hands alongside the body. We're going to turn to the chest, face forward, and just see how it feels to see if you can extend that front leg. Toes lifting up. How does that feel? Is that hammy really tight? We've not done too much with it. Slowly bring the foot back down. Inhale, reaching up, coming up to center. Tuck under. So we draw in from your core. We tuck under. Sink down. Just be a little bit, or the body might allow you to sink a little bit deeper. Maybe bringing your palms together above you. I like to interlace the last 3 fingers. Point your finger up so that you can reach up nice and long. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Beautiful work, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming all the way back up. Hands coming down. You've got it. Turn so that you draw again. The left hip drawing forward. Maybe drawing that chest forward. Left leg extending. It's fine if it's a little bent. Just see if you can lean into that little bit of work into the front of that leg. Good. Inhale, slowly coming forward. This time, release that tuck under, reaching up and sink down. Good. How does that feel today? Palms together, option to twist. Left elbow in the direction of the left knee. Maybe tuck it on top. Keep the spine nice and long, or we tuck it in front and draw the hands in. Little twist. Breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. I can really feel that heat on my body. Breath in. Reaching out, bringing those hands on either side of that front foot. Wiggle the front foot back. Big toes to touch, knees a little wider this time, sinking down into your lovely child's pose. Knees wide, but again, take it whatever distance feels right. it's feeling really, really tight today, just bring them a little more inwards, or you can always keep them in that lovely hip distance position. Remembering that your tailbone, if it's more lifted, just come onto the forearms and the fists. That's all perfect. Always remembering, even if I don't give you the cue for your version of these poses, make it feel good to you. Make it feel right in the moment, letting go of what it should look like and really leaning into how it feels for you. Trying to find that lovely release today. We're kind of looking whole body, just trying to kind of lean in to the pose, lean into how it feels, finding a really nice stretch, hopefully. Inhale, slowly lifting up into those heads, peel the body up, and bring those knees in. Nice one. Good. Hands nice and wide in line with those shoulders. Want the knees in line with the hips. Sometimes they're a bit more forward or a bit more back. See if you can really find that lovely tabletop. Draw in from your core. Push into those hands, shoulders, draw down away from the ears. Inhale, extend. Bending in the knee, draw that left knee in towards the nose. Inhale, extend, beautiful. And exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extend, little smile. And exhale, bending in the knee. Use the hand if you need to, or take a really nice smooth step, coming all the way up. Awesome. Starting with the hands on the hips. We want to turn and face forward, draw that right hip forward. And then we don't want that bottom sticking out. Tuck under, 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 under. Draw in from your navel, shoulders down. We want that really tall spine. Now I already, just by squeezing, can feel a little bit of that work happening in the hip. If you feel balanced, stay here. If you need that back toe tucked, it's just as good. It's all about preference. Breath in. And as we exhale, keep squeezing and tucking under. Lean forward. It could be just a little bit. I really feel it just a little. As long as you're squeezing, as long as you're tucking that pelvis under, keep that feeling happening. Good. Option to reach the arms up alongside the ears. Maybe interlace those fingers, pointed fingers, kind of pointing to the sky. Draw the shoulders down. Squeeze. Maybe sink a little deeper if the body will let you. Good. Inhale, coming all the way back up out of that. Hands coming down, and let that chest draw forward and work that front leg. So see what's going on. How's that little hammy? Ooh. Hello, dude. Mine is defo tight. We're drawing that right hip forward, left hip back, chest draws forward. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing that foot down onto the mat, lifting up. Remember, this is the beginning of class, so it's absolutely fine to have really feeling that tightness. We're just easing in. Inhale, tuck under, and sink. Breathing in. Slowly breathing out, maybe letting it sink down a little further. And coming all the way back up, breathing in slowly, let that chest draw forward, left hip draws back, draw in from your navel, right hip forward, chest drawing forward as well. How does that feel? Inhale and exhale. Good. This one we're going to lift back up, we're going to sink down, let it all come down. Not worrying too much of that squeeze, thumbs coming in. You can stay right here, draw the shoulders down in your lunge. We can swoop that right elbow around, maybe bringing it on to the knee, or maybe twisting thumbs come towards the sternum. We're tucking, lost my balance there, tucking that elbow on the outside of the knee as you sink. Option to tuck those back toes as well if that feels good. Breath in and breath out. Good. Inhale, coming back to center, reaching up. As we exhale, hands come on either side of that front foot. Bring the knee back, both knees in line with the hips. Sink down, just knees in line. Nice and soft, coming to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Really soaking up that lovely, slow, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale, beautiful. Slowly lifting up, and head coming all the way back up. We're going to take that a little bit more flowy, not spending too much time kind of holding the pose. We're going to take that lovely little flow. Inhale, extend the right leg. We're going to draw the knee in 2 times. 1, deep breath in. Exhale, knee comes in. Good. Inhale, you kind of know where we're headed. Bending in the knee, take a step. Beautiful. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands together, pointer fingers to touch, and sinking down. Good. Drop the shoulders down. Option to stay here, palms come in, maybe add that twist, bringing that left elbow down, thumbs towards the sternum or tucking under and across. If the twist feels enough here today, stay here. If you want to tuck those back toes and lift the back knee, option for that balance, drive the knee forward, heel away. Don't worry if that's not there now or ever, but option if that feels good. Knee comes down, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands come on either side of that front foot. Knee comes back, sinking down into your child's pose. Hanging out. Inhale, tucking under, finding a little cat pose here for. Take a breath. Lifting in that tailbone, belly drops, find a cow. And coming back into center by drawing in from the navel. Exhale, inhale, extend, draw that left knee in. And extend. Inhale. And extend. Good, breathing in. Draw the knee in, take a step as you exhale, lifting all the way back up. Good. Sinking forward. Option to stay here. Hands come together. Fingers, pointer fingers touching, reaching long. Good. Maybe bring the thumbs in towards the sternum, staying here. Option to twist. Maybe tucking the arm around. Cool. Stay here if that feels great. Or option to tuck the back toes and lift. You can work that back heel away. Front knee drives forward. 3, 2, and 1. Coming down if you're taking that option. If not, lifting back up to center. Bring the hands down and swing the foot back. Your choice, knees hip distance, or take the big toes together and bring the body a little bit deeper into your wide-legged child's pose. I actually think this might be my absolute fave. Apologize if we do it quite often. I think it's just such a lovely way to get into the hips. I think it's really a nice one that we can all feel out what feels good to us. Just breathe as we let gravity do the work. Especially if you're kind of moving and flowing in a little heat wave, you might feel the body's much hotter than obviously other months when we're practicing. So just sink down, taking a breath, in and out, in and out. Awesome. Bringing the hands on either side of the face, lifting up in the chest. Walk the hands forward, peel the body back up, and slowly coming down onto the knees. We're going to swing the feet to the side. We're going to come up to a nice upright position. Lovely. If you've got a drink, I'm going to invite you just to have a little sip now. Hot or cold. Make sure you take sips when you need them as well, even if I'm not giving you that guidance. Must take care of you as you flow. Awesome, team. Deep breath in with me through the nose. And exhale. And I'm going to teach you a little bit of a cooling breath. What you guys want to do, I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see the mouth. All right, you're also going to smile. And what I want you to do is just kind of go. So you kind of have the mouth wide, a big smile, kind of teeth kind of touching. And the idea is that you kind of get this lovely deep breath, maybe breathe into and exhale. So it's like the double inhale and exhale, maybe making that kind of like sighing noise. We'll go. And it helps as well to bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth. So smile, tongue to the roof of the mouth. Sometimes I say that just a little bit of a cooling breath. Inhale and slowly exhale. Thanks for joining me with something a little bit different. Beautiful. All right, coming back to that lovely upright position on the mat. We're going to sit, just get a little bit in to the body here. Starting with your lovely shoulder rolls and that circle with me. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Oh, that feels. Strangely, I don't know how it feels to you. I could feel the knots and the clicks, but I think in the summer weather, sometimes the muscles just feel a little bit different. I can't hear them as loud as winter when the body's a little bit colder. 3. Keep them flowing. 2 and 1. Good. Drop the shoulders down. We're going to take that right leg and extend it out. Beautiful. Just going to look on my drinks over so I don't knock them over. Wouldn't be the first time or probably the last. But nice to try and avoid that. We're going to sit nice and tall. Just see how that feels. Wiggle those sit bones side to side so you get that lovely bit of balance and feel like you're kind of really drawing the shoulders up. Back, chest draws forward and tall and long. Good. Deep breath in and out. I'm going to bring that right hand down. We're going to reach in the direction of the right knee with the left hand. So we'll reach out, slowly reaching up like a rainbow, and then draw that hand back, maybe bending in the elbow, and then reaching forward towards those left toes. So we're reaching and around. So lovely little stretch. Reach to the front. Make the arms reach up like a little rainbow. When you get to the top of that rainbow, draw that head. So we're going to bend into almost like a cactus arm. Open the chest. Good. Reaching back. Coming all the way down the direction of that left leg and coming in. How's that feeling? Inhale again, reaching up and over. Staying here, bending and twisting. Reaching forward and coming back to center. Lovely, nice and tall. So you're welcome to stay here, or we have the option to lift up this time. So you can stay and hold with that lovely twist and then reach for the toe. We can use that right hand as a little bit of support. Inhale, we're going to reach. Make sure that you have that knee on a padded surface, whether you're doubling up the mats. Make sure that you're on carpet, something that feels comfy. We're going to maybe lift up. You can lift up a little bit here. So we're pushing into that right hand. You've got that right knee. You're drawing the pelvis forward, maybe taking that top hand up and to the side. Kind of like this. Beautiful. Good. We'll have a little arch. Imagine again that rainbow. The hands coming over, tucking under in the pelvis, legs extending. Maybe point that toe. Maybe draw the hand back. Maybe you take that left hand, bend in the elbow, and draw the elbow back. If you're on the floor, absolutely fine. Keep that chest opening, sitting on the ground. If you're on the floor, reach for the leg that's extended. If you're lifted up with me, reach the arm back down. We're going to bring that left hand down and slowly begin to walk the hands forward. Good. I want you to join us in this position if you sat on the ground. Good. From here, we're going to rock forward and back. Awesome. Coming back to kind of where we were at the beginning. Lovely little forward and back rock, but we're working a little bit into that different part of the hamstrings here. The leg extends. Good. Now, if it feels tight, I want you to just lean back. Find that sweet little spot. So it might be that you feel it here. You might be able to fold all the way down. Draw that head to the floor. Listen to your body. Just trying to find a little release in those small little areas. You can kind of feel it. I don't know about you. It feels different in everybody, but under the knee maybe, in that inner thigh. A little bit into the glutes and the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Awesome. Deep breath in. We're going to walk those hands up, coming all the way up to that lovely upright position. Beautiful. Arms come wide. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to take that left hand or reach towards the left ankle. Right hand comes up over. Good. Breath in. And breath out. Called gate pose. We're kind of making the shape of a gate. Coming all the way out. We're going to reach the hand out and shift the weight. So we don't want that hand in the line. We want it a little bit further out. Shift that weight over. Again, tucking under. Option to stay here, keeping that top hand lifted. Draw in from your core and long, or option to lift up. Good. And slowly bring it down. So your options, again, this time you can lift up. Maybe if you want to take that crunch, take the top hand up, knee to elbow. And extend. Again, the leg can stay extended or come to the ground. You can leave the crunch out, absolutely fine. Join me in a few deep breaths, whatever feels good to you. 3, maybe playing between the poses. 2, nice one, everybody. And 1. Slowly bring that foot down, the hand down, walking the body forward. Amazing. And bringing that left knee in. Inhale And slowly exhale, sinking down. Tailbone towards the glutes, into your child's pose. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Beautiful. Lifting back up. We're going to swing the legs to the side and come all the way back to a nice upright seated position. Just going to wiggle. Awesome. So this time we're going to bring the left foot in, the right leg extends, wiggle those hip bones and see how you feel. Grab a tissue little drink if you need it. Awesome. Nice and tall in the spine, shoulders drawing down. Make sure you've got a lovely bit of balance in those sit bones. Inhale and slowly exhale. I'm going to take the left hand down. We're going to use that right hand and reach in the direction of the left knee, reaching up. I want you to come all the way up like that lovely rainbow coming to the top, bending in the elbow. Draw that body back and reaching. How does that feel? Lovely back body. How's it feeling in the legs? Slowly coming back up and reach up and up and back. Inhale, nice smile, reaching up and in. And one more time, reaching up and around and down. Does it feel the same or different on this side? We're reaching forward and back. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Awesome. So now we've got that lovely lift on the knee. Option here, it's up to you. Inhale, we're going to just walk that left hand out a little bit. Maybe lean forward and lift up a little bit onto that knee. So it can be a little bit or it could be a lot, up to you. Wiggle back. Inhale, reaching up, tucking under in the pelvis. You can have the hand on the hip or hands coming up. Again, always remember that bottom hand can come to the fist. Inhale, reaching up and over. How does that feel? Beautiful. Find that lovely length, maybe pushing, pointing into the toe. That right leg extend in. How's the body feeling in that arch? Awesome. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. We're going to walk that hand forward. And if you're on the floor, I'm going to invite you to come all the way up to this beautiful position. Good. We're going to rock forward and back. Awesome. You want the right toes facing forward with the leg extended if you can, and rock. How does that feel for 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing in the face, forehead sinking down, tailbone towards the heel, finding your sweet spot. Again, it can be really high up. You might be able to kind of lay the body down. Deep breath in and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Amazing. Inhale, coming all the way back. That lovely upright position, walking the hands in, hands on the hips. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out. Deep breath in. Reaching that right hand towards the right ankle. Left hand comes up. How does that feel? Drop the top shoulder down. Again, we're lifting up and tall, tucking under in the pelvis. It can be a little bit more uplifted or that beautiful reach. 3. A little smile. 2. And 1. Inhale, coming all the way back out. Reaching out a little bit. Hand comes down and tuck under in the pelvis. Extending that arm out. Lovely. Staying here if you like. Inhale. We're going to lift up twice. Lifting and down. And lifting and down. Beautiful. And lifting. Maybe taking the hand up. You've got the option to take the crunch and down. Or keep the leg lifted. Finding a little flow here in this little crunch. Nice one. 4. Beautiful. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, extend, and take that lovely arch over. Deep breath in. And deep breath out, bringing the hand down and around and around. Good. Slowly bring that knee in. Inhale. And exhale. Let's sink down, little child's pose. Forward, forward. Nice place just to find a little bit of stopping point, a little bit of space. Find some deep breaths here. Just slowing the body down. Kind of as we push a little bit through a sequence, just taking time to make sure the body doesn't overheat. Settling in, finding child's pose, a little bit of peace and centering here. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back up. Awesome. When you're ready, turn and face the long edge of the mat if you're still facing the direction. Tucking under in the pelvis, tuck those toes. Inhale, lift up and shift the weight to your downward dog, bending in the knees and a little swing of those hips, pushing into the toes and the feet. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Beautiful. How's that feeling today? Inhale and exhale. Good. And coming into a lovely knee bend, looking forward step, or take that little hop forward. Yogi's choice of the halfway lift, fingertips forward, our arms lifting up, elbows in towards the side of the body. Inhale, bending in the knees, coming all the way up to that beautiful long standing position, back bend. And exhale, tucking under. Thumbs in towards the sternum, drop the shoulders down. Deep breath in. And slowly breathing out. Fabulous. Awesome. Hands on the hips. We're going to play with a little bit of balance. Good. So from here, what we're going to do is bring the feet about hip distance, and we're just going to lift up and down a little bit. So take a little bit of time just to play with the little lift in the heels and down. You can maybe lift the toes. Just a little rocking of the feet. Take your time. And maybe each time you kind of lift the heel, see if you can find a little hang time as such, a little time where the balance is holding you, you feel in control. So maybe taking it a little slower, maybe lifting and down. Use your core, maybe lifting and down. Good. Deep breath in and out. Good. Just rocking forward and back on the feet. 3, 2, and awesome. I'm going to do next, so we're going to see what it feels like to lift up and hold. You can lift them a little bit, maybe bend the knees. Oh, itch of the nose. Maybe see if you can bend the knees a little more, maybe lift the heels a little higher. Try in from your core and then coming down. Good. Bend the knees a little bit more, lifted. Can you come up to a bit more balance? Maybe the arms coming up. Lift those heels. 3, 2, 1, bringing the heels down and straightening. Good. Swing the arms down alongside those ankles. Sink back into those heels, lift into the chest. Good. Chair pose, arms come up. Maybe lifting a little in the heels and down, straightening those arms back and down. Inhale, reaching it up. Swing the arms down. Sink into those heels, lifting in the chest. Hands can stay low or reaching alongside those ears. Push it to lift up into those heels. See how it feels to balance in chair pose, bending down, heels come down, reaching up. And arms coming down. Good. Deep breath in. And slowly exhaling out. Inhale one more with me. You're reaching up. Swing the arms down. Good. Reaching up, finding your chair pose, sinking into the heels, and then shift the weight to the toes a little bit different. And down and up. Reaching and down. Beautiful. Good. We're going to spend a little time with balance. So what I want you to do with our balances today, give it a little shake out. Let's take a few deep breaths. And I want you to find either the wall or a chair if you feel a bit wobbly, or feel free to move about. Sometimes the ground that you're on might feel better to get yourself on a harder floor or on the carpet on itself, or use the mat. Awesome. Let's find a nice little bit of space. Breath in and breath out. Awesome. So we're going to start by bending the knees slightly. We're going to shift the weight towards the left leg and the right toes come in. Now, if balance isn't great today, please don't worry. Either hold on to something or keep the feet on the ground. So you can take your right foot and cross it over, maybe bringing the toes onto the mat or lifting the knee like you're sat crossed on a chair. Option to lean forward. Good. So we're leaning a little bit into our Gabrudasana, just playing with that little bit of the balance here. Again, your toe can be on the ground. 3, 2, 1. Lifting up and bring the foot down. Good. Just walk it out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Fab. Inhale. Little bend to the knees. Good. We're going to shift the weight over our right leg. Left leg crosses over, and again, toes on the mat. Or keep it lifted, knees crossed. Leaning forward. Deep breath in and deep breath out. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back up and bringing the foot down. Awesome. Let's bring the arms out. Inhale. As we exhale, bend the knee, shift the weight towards that left hand side. You can bring that knee up and out. Option to keep the arms here. You can bring the right hand on top of the left hands to touch, maybe reaching forward. Your Garudasana. Now, if that right foot can tuck around that back ankle, go for it. If you want to intertwine the hands further, not unfold. Inhale, coming all the way back up, arms wide. And exhale, bend into the knees. Good. Shift the weight over. Option to cross over. Foot can be on the foot. Lean forward here. Or you can take the left hand on top. Bring the hands together. Maybe a hug. Maybe backs the hands together. Leaning forward. Good. Again, the other option is twisting the arms around. Palms to touch. Maybe the back toe tucks behind. Remember, it doesn't need to go there. 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way back up. Bring those arms wide. Drop it down. Breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Nice one. Let's take that head side to side. Ear to shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's get a little drink before we get into our next little bit of balance. Sometimes balances doesn't feel like we're moving and flowing too intensely. I've purposely not done too much of a sweaty vinyasa. Nice. I want you to find the breath. We're still really working the body, so it is absolutely normal if you are still very warm. All right, bring those feet hip distance. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Little bend in the knee. Again, holding on if you need to. Feel like you can always make the pose or shift the weight towards that left side. We're going to bring the toes in. You can bend. We can lift up, open the knee wide, shimmy that ankle off. Maybe lean forward with the chest. Let's release that little bit of tightness held in the glutes. Maybe the thumbs come together towards the sternum as we lean forward. Beautiful. How's that feel tonight? If you did want to bring the fingertips forward, you absolutely can. Forward fold. See if you can straighten that standing leg a little bit. Maybe let the chest drop forward. Relax in the neck. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale. See if you can slowly come back up without bringing the foot down, and bring the foot down onto the mat. Inhale. Let it go. Breathing in. Let it go out. Fabulous. Hands onto the hips, other side. Inhale. Little bend in the knees. Shift the weight over, bringing that foot either in. You can stay here. We can lift up. We can open it wide. See how that goes. Thumbs in and lean forward. The tailbone dip, chest draws forward, feeling that little bit of openness. You're feeling that in the glutes. Can you find a steady breath? Something's moving in front of you, like myself, you might feel like a little bit extra wobbly. Look slightly down and in front of you for your drishti. Tailbone lifts up as you lean forward. Let that chest dip a little further, leaning into that stretch. Maybe fingertips coming down. Chin draws down as well, possibly. And inhale, maybe working to straighten a little bit into that leg. And then I want you to draw the chest forward, dip that tailbone away, and see if you can get a little depth into the hips. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Soften in the forehead. Relaxing in the jaw. 3, 2, and 1. See if you can keep that balance coming all the way back up and unraveling that pose. Good. Take some hands on the hips, big steps, a little bit circles in the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, team. All right. From here, we're going to take a little bit of our tree pose. Again, a little bit of balancing tonight, just playing a little bit with that, but always hold the wall. I think people don't believe me when I say that for at least 2 to 3 years, I always got a place in the class. It was a smaller little room that I had used when I first found like a real consistent yoga practice. And I always found a space really close to a wall because I needed sometimes like the whole hand, a finger, and I always use that wall. So please never feel like that. It's like a prop, like using a block or a bolster. It's not there it's there to help us. It's not hindering the pose as long as we're working into that right kind of alignment. When you're ready, deep breath in and slowly breathing out. Awesome. We're going to bend in the knees, shift the weight to the left hand side, or right heel comes in. Good. Now you want to be feeling that lovely tuck under. Hands on the hips, draw the shoulders down, tall from the crown of the head. Good. Beautiful posture. Squeeze and tuck under in that pelvis. And you should feel like you're squeezing so much, it might feel better to lift up that foot so the knee drops open. Breath in and breath out. Good. Softening in the forehead and the face, maybe a little smile. Relax in the jaw. Again, you like to take that pose a little higher, bringing the foot into the inner thigh. But again, don't let the hip dip push the inner thigh in. What we're doing is you're going to notice that it lifts up and then we can squeeze and open wide. We've worked into the hips. We need to tuck under. We're using this beautiful tree pose today to get a little bit more depth into the hip, knee open. Keep it active. Going to hold this a little longer because we're strengthening in the feet actually through a lot of these poses today without realizing it. Good. When you're ready, maybe bring the thumbs towards the sternum, palms together, maybe opening those 3 fingers into our beautiful lotus as we did last lesson. Bring the hands up, 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 feeling tall and long, shoulders down. See how that feels. Beautiful work today. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, knee forward and down. Now don't worry if you have the foot on the ground the whole time. It's perfect as long as we're tucking under, getting into those hips. It doesn't have to look a certain way. If you wobble, you touch the foot to the ground or find it again, please just be good to yourself with all of these balances. The more we do them, the better. And obviously we don't practice every pose every session. So remember, if you ever want to play with them at home in your own time, you absolutely can. Awesome. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Try not to hold that breath. We're drawing in from the navel. That lovely bit of balance comes from your strength in your core. Little bend, shift the weight over. Right leg's going to be your standing leg. You're going to bring your left heel in. Good. We don't want the hip dipping. We want to draw it to the middle and tuck under. Yeah, but we don't want that upper body concaving up. Draw those shoulders back. Strong in your core. Relax in the forehead. Good. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Option to lift that leg. And again, keep rotating. We want the knee opening. That's where we want to be. Maybe taking it a little higher. Inner thigh in, pushing and opening wide. Good. 3. Inhale and exhale. Strong in your core. 2. And 1. Wherever you found that sweet little spot that feels comfortable, bring the thumbs in. Or if the balance feels like it's a little bit too much, bring the foot down. See how you are. Just remember, we don't want the foot on the knee, above or below. Fingertips touching, and then open your 3 fingers in the middle out. So you've got your thumb and your pinky touching. We reach up. So it's that lovely lotus mudra. Drop the shoulders down strong. Draw in from your core. Keep squeezing, opening the knee wide. So much more to this beautiful classic pose. Probably one of the most well-known poses is tree pose or downward dog. Maybe looking up. Such a good one. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the hands down, hands on the hips, and bring that foot down. Shake it out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Maybe big circles here. Fab. Good. We're just going to stand, feet hip distance. I want you to just swing the hands up and down. Just breathe. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Just swing just the arms. Good. And now we're going to do arms and the legs, not opening the hands any certain way, just up and down like this. We're going to breathe in, drop it down, up, drop it down. Good. Keep that little flow. Find some nice big breaths here. And out. Again, slow or quick, whatever feels good. 3, 2, and 1. Move all the way up. Good. We're going to open the hands wide and lift. Wide and lift. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Good. 3, 2, 1. Reach those arms up, palms together, thumbs in towards the sternum. Drop the shoulders down. Good. Lift those elbows up. Inhale. And exhale. Open the palms. We're going to link the thumbs, reaching up. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lifting up. A little side bend. Good. So you can keep it here or see if that breath will help you elongate that lovely arch. Again, inhale. Maybe reaching further over. 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back to center. Draw the hands down. Roll your shoulders up and back. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reaching up into lace the thumbs. And as we exhale, a little stretch over towards the left. Option to stay here. And reach over. Fab. See how far the body will go tonight. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bringing those hands onto the hips. Good. Bring the feet just a little wider. Not quite, just a little further than hip distance. Not quite like your full V shape. Just lean forward with the chest. Bend the knees and come down. Take your time. Grab your drinks. Let's do this. Awesome. Oh, how lovely. What a lovely bit of movement today, team. And draw the chin down and forward and up and in and down and forward and up and center. Again, down and center. A little smile and center and down and center and up and center. Right ear and center and left ear and center. Just keep it moving. Beautiful. Side to side. Feels tight. Take it slow. Just lean a little bit into that muscle. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and exhale, coming back to center. Let it go. Chin to chest. Drop the shoulders down. Little half circles. Good. We're going to roll. We're going to bring the ear to one side and back to the middle, ear to the other side and back. I love a little cool down we often do. Important sometimes through the poses that we do take time to work into the next, something you can do at any point. I do try to do this a few extra times in the week, not just in our yoga practices. Sometimes it's nice just to draw the chin down and let the hot water often give that cue or that little guidance. But it's a lovely reminder. It's how many times have I said it and how many times have we done it? And it is really important. I might go do that after this. Really work a little bit into that neck. If you find it's really tight, chin to chest, inhale, lift it up. Got a little extra pennies this month. Treat yourself to that little massage, neck and shoulders. Get that little bit of release. It might even relieve like lots in terms of headaches. Make sure you're taking care of you. Not just filling your cup with different liquids in this heat, but filling your cup with all those good things as well. Amazing. All right, let's take a little bit of time just to get into the face. All right, bringing those pointer fingers in to the top, the head between the eyebrows. Draw the hands up and around, maybe getting into the temples. Those of you who practice with me quite often, you know what you want to do here. You know what feels good. Maybe lifting up, maybe bringing backs of the nails, or if it feels comfortable, just drawing up into the hairline. My little bun from the sweaty day. Feeling extra hot, aren't we? Maybe just kind of giving yourself that little bit of movement going up the scalp all the way along the hairline, even the back of the head and up. I think it feels really great, that beautiful release. If you want to taking the fingers into almost like a little spider, just go into the scalp with some circles here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Play with the all different parts of the head. Where does this feel good to you? Awesome. And again, if there's anywhere else you wanted to go that we haven't yet, maybe top at the nose and down, in and around the cheekbones, maybe circles around the sinusy area. Good. Maybe even coming to the top of the jaw, where that little hinge in the jawbone is, just reminding yourself to release. Something that I probably haven't been recognizing often. I'm often really good at remembering, hey, I'm really clenching when I'm thinking. Take a deep breath in, relaxing a little in the forehead, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. That really simple cue is something you can absolutely take with you into your day, your week, anything that you're doing, whether it's in the middle of cooking. Really encourage you to add in this little space for relaxation and softness, something that I am really trying to do a little bit more of. I go in and out, I'm sure you're the same, great habits, and then we lose them. But as things maybe feel busier, or sometimes there's so many things in our calendar sometimes this time of year. It just feels a lot. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, drop the shoulders, relax the jaw, close the eyes. Just see if you can kind of find that softness all the way from the crown of the head down the face and the shoulders. Take it with you. When you're ready, I'll invite you just to lay yourself down into your favorite position for Shavasana. Get yourself cozy. Beautiful, team. Laying back, close the eyes. Oh, you deserved it. I want you to feel that little bit of clamminess on the body if you're doing it on the equally hot day as I am. Don't worry if you're not. But just feel the summer in the bones, in the body, and let yourself rest. Deep breath in. Slowly breathing out. To just soften and let just allow yourself to soften and relax into this beautiful bit of time. The shoulders relax and melt into the mouth. Allow the body just settle. Maybe taking your own little body scan today, finding that sweet little spot maybe between sleep and awake. Give yourself the permission to rest and relax, and just let all of the movement, all our asana, our pranayama, let the breath, everything help you settle. Sink into stillness. Your poem today is called Breath. Breath. The mindful breath, the rhythm out and in, the wave that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, for sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full then empty, ebb and flow, breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort but to breathe and listen. The breath. This is your reminder. There's only one thing we really need to deeply do in any given moment. The rest is icing on the cake. It's just breathe. I invite you to take time to stop, to rest, to reset, and to truly give yourself the space and time that you need as you move and flow into the rest of the week, into a new month of July, into this beautiful season of summer. Peace and love, my beautiful friends. As always, stay longer if you want. Just lay there, or if it feels good, take any last stretch you need using your intuition, and then maybe roll the body towards the right-hand side. Take a breath. Slow, steady. Drink it up. Make your way to seated and drift on into the rest of your evening or your day. Thank you, as always, for leaning in and joining me in this beautiful practice. I'm so grateful to be able to guide you through my interpretation of yoga. And thank you for being on this journey with me. All the love.